e-cigarettes are popular, especially on college campuses. It's a cool thing to do, right? Wrong. These things that can fill your lungs with smoke are no better for you than your regular cigarettes. What if I told you that they are actually worse for your current health and future health? In this speech, I will be explaining more of why I think it's a good idea for the U.S. Congress to ban e-cigarettes, because it is a growing epidemic that needs to be solved before chronic illnesses, bad ecosystems, and our youth begin to destroy their bodies and it becomes irreversible. Through my research about how I think the U.S. Congress should ban them, it is very clear that the dangers of e-cigarettes is a far more extensive list than most people think it is when comparing it to its benefits. This issue directly affects our way of life and how we see our future of health, our communities, and our younger generations. Let's begin with health. E-cigarettes do more damage to our health without us even realizing it. It puts our bodies at huge risks for developing chronic illnesses, diseases over time, by people exposing themselves to toxic chemicals that they can inhale through an e-cigarette. It is almost inevitable that it can put your future life at risk. According to an article published on October 22nd, 2022 by the NIH, long-term use of electronic cigarettes or vaping products can significantly impair the function of the body's blood vessels, increasing the risk for cardiovascular disease. These e-cigarettes are dangerous, and the longer individuals continue to inhale this toxic chemical cocktail, the more damage they do to their vital organs that are needed in order to live. They're also known to cause life-threatening chronic illnesses like COPD. Beyond certain health risks, let's explore the ways that these handheld flavor devices pose a threat to our future. E-cigarettes contribute to environmental pollution, and it is harming our ecosystems and wildlife one puff at a time. Understanding this will help our futures, because not only do we want to preserve this beautiful earth, but we also have to live on it. According to an article published in 2023 by Lung Foundation Australia, e-cigarettes can leach microplastics into waterways and can be consumed by the aquatic life. Microplastics can even be found in the food we eat. Every time one of those little pods of juice from an e-cigarette is discarded, it runs risks of getting into our important systems of things we consume, along with animals. Many parts of those cartridges cannot be recycled, so even the juice has ways of pushing its toxic chemicals into our lives, regardless of who is using the e-cigarette. E-cigarettes are killing our youth. The flavors that are available when you get an e-cigarette make it more appealing to a younger crowd. According to an article published in 2023 by the Royal Children's Hospital Melbourne, nicotine exposure during the teenage years can harm brain development, which continues until about age 25. It can impact learning, memory, attention, and increase risk for our children future addiction to other drugs. Nicotine is bad for the brain and can stunt growth and development, and according to an article published on January 31st, 2025, nicotine poses unique dangers to the youth because our brains are still developing. These three reasons, health risks, environmental risk, and youth addiction, show just how important it is to fix the problem and ban e-cigarettes. I have now talked to you about how dangerous e-cigarettes can be to multiple aspects of our daily lives. By polluting our ecosystems and harming the wildlife, we can do some serious damage to the future of mankind. We even learned that kids are being impacted because of addiction. It clearly harms communities and ecosystems more than I think a lot of people understand. The evidence that I have shared today doesn't only highlight the bad things about these, but provides amazing examples why the U.S. should ban e-cigarettes. This requires a very important decision, and the understanding of that is vital to keeping our world safe. Understanding where to start with information is knowing when to stop the addiction. Thank you. Okay, now I can take questions.
What are some ways people can try and stop using e-cigarettes?
So the studies that I have seen and the research that I have done include various ways of knowing how to or wanting to stop, and people asking those exact same questions. So I have found that chewing gum helps. Medications can help. There are little like rubber straws that people can chew on to help. And also knowing your triggers and how to identify those and why you do it can also really help.
Is there any safe level of vaping, or is all usage harmful?
So with the research that I did, It has shown that all nicotine products do cause a lot of damage, like I did say, lung disease and cardiovascular disease. But there are websites that you can get flavored water puffs, like condensation tools that can help with that addiction that you can use.
Why are e-cigs so appealing to teens, and what can schools or parents do to combat it?
So like I said in my speech, e-cigs come in various flavors. They come in a lot of flavors like Cool Mint and sweet watermelon or things like that. And that can be very appealing to younger generations just because it doesn't taste bad. What parents and teachers can do to kind of stop it, they can't really stop it. That's why I'm pushing the ban for e-cigarettes. But they can at least inform their children about the dangers of health risks and about all the other reasons that I listed today, but especially because it does put them in danger for health. But thank you.
Okay, wave.